Hey, my name is Caesar,
And my name is Shai,
and this is.
the Untitled Gaming Podcast.
Woo! What did you bring today for the audience, Shaya?
I brought. Oh wait, I was supposed to bring something.
Okay, I have some spare mints that my grandma gave me.
Of finding spare mints in my old pockets.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
What are we talking
foul.
about today, Shaya? Tell the people,
We're,
tell the
ta-
audience.
we're talking about Tekken 8 and its horrid downfall. It's slightly uprising.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
think it's only slightly? I feel like it's on the up and up. Finally a new update after they said they wouldn't do it.
they didn't say they didn't say they wouldn't do it. Who lied to you and said that?
Well, you remember they were like, no, like we're gonna do this. We're gonna basically like, here's this update. Here's all these shitty updates. Here's all the characters changed. Deal with it.
No, they okay, well, sort of. They sort of did say that, but not in that extent. They were saying before the update came out, they were saying that like you don't complain until the update is out, and then the update came out, and then everybody was getting on Harada about like, hey, so the update's here. You gonna fix this? Cause it was getting real bad.
Okay, like what are some changes since I haven't hopped on that yet?
Like from season one to
From
season
like
two.
from like when? Oh, is it like the seasons? Like is this like because like
Yeah.
it came out right,
hmm
and it came out with update, and then now we have new update that came out what, days ago, a week ago.
It came out Tuesday. Tuesday. Wait. Yeah,
Oh
Tuesday.
wow.
Yesterday.
So
The
literally just okay.
Well, no. Okay, so hold on. I'm sorry. Let me start over. No, season two has been out since April 1st, but they at first they gave an emergency patch because of like when uh when the update came out, Jack 8, the big robot guy, he had this move that made it where you couldn't interrupt him. So it was like a punch jump clap, and then once he clapped, you couldn't move. You couldn't sidestep to get out the way. You couldn't duck. You couldn't duck any highs he was throwing at you. You were forced to sit there and block that until he stopped. And like, it wouldn't be a big issue if it didn't do so much chip damage, because at that point he's just chipping you out to your like 1 HP and then just destroying you. You have no time to recover your health at all or anything. It was it was really really bad. And like along with the update, they also released a new character, Anna Williams, like a sister of one of the other characters on the game. And
Mhm.
she, oh man, she was a big problem. She had really good mix-up tools, but the issue was that they were too good, meaning that like you were getting repeatedly swept and then put into a long combo, sending you across the stage. She had a very fast mid that would swing and knock you over. Her power crushes were extremely strong, like her armor moves. And well, what was it? Oh, she has an ability to like give you like a weakening effect, meaning that instead of certain moves that do chip damage, all her moves do chip damage until you hit her. That was also an issue because it was doing so much chip damage. Like it was unfair chip damage. She hit you with one string and you're losing like I want to say like 40% of your HP, like your recoverable HP. It was bad. It was so bad. And also along with the season, they added a whole bunch of new moves to the whole roster. So it wasn't just like some of the people were getting new moves. Everybody got new moves. All sorts of new tools to further expand the mix-up game. Even though during like the Tekken talk, like the podcast where they tell you like what's going to be coming in the new update.
Mhm.
Originally they told everyone like, oh, this is going to be a balancing update. Not a balancing update, my bad. A more defensive balance update. because some people already in season one were like kind of really strong with like pressure and everything, but it wasn't so bad that you couldn't like move. If you were like in a situation where you felt like you couldn't stop getting like harassed like against a wall or a corner or something, a lot of people just weren't simply like sidestepping or ducking. A lot of people that were complaining were people that weren't really labbing, like at least going to the lab and trying to figure out how to get around stuff. Some stuff just wasn't you just wasn't able to get around. Like one thing, Lee was pretty strong, but not not to the point of being overpowered, but he had a setup against the wall where after he tornadoed you and gave you like did his like wall combo, he could instantly set you back up to be tornadoed against the wall again, setting up for another big combo launcher. That was kind of a problem, so they had to like remove that. They also changed how key charging worked, where it
What
was
is it?
like key charging basically you if you push all the buttons together, you gain the ability to any your next attack becomes a counter hit,
Mhm.
but even though everything was a counter hit, you couldn't block. It was a really big risk reward type thing. So they completely changed that. They removed the counter hit effect and gave it a damage damage buff of like I think it was like 150. So you had people like key charging like Paul. Paul is a very hard hitting mix up character where it's like he has a move called the Death Fist, and he punches you and you lose like 60% of your HP. But you add the 150 key charge buff, nah, you're losing 100 HP. It's crazy. Like you're losing 100 HP without any tornadoes, without any combos or anything like that. You're immediately dying at the wall with just one move. They had to tone that down from I think it was 150 to like I think it's just 100 or 110, something like that. So it's not so overwhelming. So you don't see a lot of people doing the key charge thing anymore.
What do they do instead?
They just play the game.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, they actually start playing the game now.
Yeah, okay.
That pretty much sums up the changes from season 1 to season 2, despite some characters still being strong like Lydia. Uh Lydia was a DLC character from season one, and when she was first added, she wasn't too strong. She had nice mix-ups. She was mainly focused on stance attacks. She's completely different from where she was in Tekken 7. Completely different. But now in season two, with the whole like added moves and everything, they also changed some people's frames, like how fast they can recover after attacking. And she was busted. She had you against the wall, and you had no opportunity to retaliate. The only thing you could do was block. You couldn't crouch, you couldn't sidestep, you couldn't move. You were just stuck there until well she was done with you. Same thing with Steve. Uh, Steve is a boxer, and he was already really good, like extremely good. But then they added a new move that made him extremely plus against the wall. So all he had to do was repeatedly press the same button while he's in heat, just to constantly keep your back against the wall. Like just same thing with Lydia. You couldn't move. You would smash against the wall and die.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes, very fun, mind you. Very, very fun.
So, in you've been playing it in the last day, right? Since the
hmm
update. Do you see like a dramatic change?
Yes, yeah, I do actually. I do see a little bit of changes from the people I have been fighting. I do see a little bit of change, but then again, it also varies from person to person of who you're fighting because some people just repeatedly spam the same cheesy things that keep them plus on block, meaning no matter where you are on stage, you can't. There's no there's no way to like punish it. There's no way to punish anything. You're just forced to block, and then it's back to it's not even neutral. It's still their turn.
Hmm.
But I am seeing that their sidestepping is a lot easier now. You can get around people's attacks way easier than you could before when season two came out. Sidestepping in season one was already really bad. The tracking moves, or not, well, not just tracking moves, but moves that shouldn't track, were tracking insanely well. It was really really bad. But now in season two, their sidestepping is a lot better, but it kind of just got countered by the new moves and plus frames that everybody has now. So everybody that was playing Tekken in season one, they were expecting a defense patch, but instead everybody's just on offense. There was no way to play any kind of defense. A funny joke that everybody was doing was that this was now, instead of Tekken 8, it's now Tekken Plus 8, because you were plus on every move that you threw out.
And like, do you think they did this update because how many people quit playing Tekken because of the original first update that came out?
No, I don't think that's the reason why they did the update. Honestly, I truly do believe that they did the update because they love this game. They like Harada.
Okay.
Uh, Wait, no, listen. Harada loves Tekken. He has been in charge in Tekken since the very beginning, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But
Yeah, but wait. What didn't you tell me that the original guy like stepped down
no, 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 no,
and
no. I
came on?
but no. Before I said Harada was putting a team together to take over the new generation of Tekken.
Yeah.
But he's still there. He's just more of a shadower, like watching from, just watching from overhead. But he's not like completely out of the seat.
Okay.
Yeah. But Harada, funny enough that you say that, Harada actually fired the new balancing team. So, and brought back the old Tekken balancing team from like the later half of Tekken 7, because in the beginning of Tekken 7 was a mess, just like Tekken 8. But that's kind of a given nowadays. Tekken 7 was a mess, but this day and age, all games are a mess when they first come out. So Tekken 8 was no different.
Man, GTA 6, man, I have a lot of high hopes for that game.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait for that to be an even bigger mess.
Whoa. Calm it down there, right? That
Calm
thing is
it
gonna be.
down. I expect that game to be a glitchy mess.
Who hurt you?
Everyone did. EA hurt me. Rockstar hurt me. Treyarch Studios hurt me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad he fired that balancing team because like I'm telling you, I feel like he kind of did the update and like redemption of like what went down, where a bunch of people were just like, yeah, no, I'm not playing this game. Like I don't know what you just did, but like it really wasn't what I wanted. And I know we were talking about last time where they were like, you got to give the update a chance. Like you have to give the update a chance, and then everyone gave it a chance. They're like, yeah, we hate it. We rather never play this.
Yeah, a really funny glitch that kind of came out of season two was, so Anna Williams and Nina Williams, they have this move called the slap. If you slap them, female characters can slap you back. So
Okay.
and and so that's been a thing in Tekken for quite a while. I think I know it was there in Tekken 7. Don't know if it was in any other games. But seeing that the fact that, you can copy that slap move from Anna Williams and Nina Williams, the funny thing is that if you could do it to any character and they can copy it back. So it's not just the female characters, it's all the male characters as well. You can also not just copy the slap, but you can copy all her moves now. So you have everybody like doing her insane combos. You have everybody doing her rage art, and it's like super glitchy. It was really really crazy what was going on. Like the game had literally was kicking the bucket. It was really bad, but insanely funny. Twitter was having a field day. It was so funny. Having like you're out there seeing Kazuya like shake his hips and move around like a female. It's crazy.
Everyone's like, yes, best update ever.
It was really really funny. But they fixed it. So now but
Now
they
everything.
yeah, but they they kept that you can still slap another female, she can slap you back.
Interesting. Gotta keep the priorities correct, you know?
Of course. I'm really hoping that they change that they bring back the way that key charge works. I thought that was so cool. Like the key charge mechanic was something that was there but not used by everybody. It was a very situational thing to use because it takes a minute to key charge. So if you're just key charging randomly, someone can punish you if they're fast enough.
Hmm.
But now it's like, oh, you get more damage. That's cool, I guess. But the whole point of the key charge was to set up a counter hit. So it really sucks that they removed that. Hopefully they I don't want to say fix it, but change it back. But I haven't seen any signs of it changing.
Which character do you mainly play with? Like, has it changed from like season one to season two?
I mainly play Brian. I originally started off with Victor, like in the very beginning when Tekken 8 came out. But
Yeah.
but Victor had this glitch with his throws where they were like kind of unbreakable, or their time to unbreak them was really 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 small. So it kind of felt cheap playing Victor, so I kind of stopped playing him. And then I found Lars and like, oh my god, Lars is actually pretty fun. He's another like stance heavy mix up character
Hmm.
who got some insane moves added in season two. He has a really strong wall combo now that hits like a Samsung refrigerator. It's ridiculous. Really hope they fix that. He was really fun. And then oh man, then I found Brian, and oh my god, Brian is so much fun. He's a more he's like a mid counter hit poke character, but once he gets that counter hit, oh man, he could take like a hundred of your HP with the right combos. It's so much fun. I enjoy like the counter hit gameplay of that because his main thing is that he keeps you at like a mid to range distance. So so trying to get in on Brian, it can be really difficult if you're just pressing buttons from a distance because I'll just counter hit you from that far away. I also started playing King in season. Oh yeah. I started playing King in season two. He's a lot of fun. He's a wrestler, a grappler. There you go. Very very fun, strong grappling character. Super fun to do his combos with. This season, I think I'm gonna really just focus on playing Dragonoff. Dragonoff was really, really strong in the beginning of Tekken 8, just like he was really strong in Tekken 7 in the very beginning. And then they nerfed that man to the ground. Like I think the first like ever Tekken tournament, I think there was like four Dragonoffs in top eight. It and I think like two. It was like four Drags, two Ninas, and like maybe a bear or something. But Dragonoff was super strong. He was picked up by a lot of the pro players. Even though pro players been playing Dragonoff, they never dropped him, no matter how much they nerfed him. True dedication to the craft.
Like I said, like, and that's why, like, with the update that came out, like, it's such like a nuisance because if like I remember playing like DOA like 5 when it came out, and like I knew a couple people who were like pro players, and like they spent hours and hours learning a character. So you think one update is really gonna stop them? No, they'll just figure out how to like maximize their combos. Like they don't
Exactly.
it out, bro. And it's like crazy watching it because it's like the updates only mean like they have to slightly change their game. But like I said before, when you change like the actual instrumental moves of the characters, it's like, well, this is not my character anymore. This is some stranger with the same name, man. I'm like looking at the characters because I used to play a lot of Tekken 7. I'm curious, which one is your favorite Tekken?
Oh man. Honestly, Tekken 8. It's my first ever, like my own, like my very first Tekken that I've ever played. I did play Tekken 7 like very little. A friend of mine just one day was like, "Hey, want to play Tekken?" I was like, "Sure." I don't know how, but when I first started playing that game, uh I only played Negan from The Walking Dead.
You're you're literally disgusting.
What do you
Li-
mean?
Literally, like so many characters, and all you say is that one.
Yeah, bruh, I was obsessed with The Walking Dead. And to find out I can play as Negan in a fighting game, that's sick. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that's not the coolest thing. Like that's
No,
so cool.
it's
Whatever.
really not.
Hate all you want. But I played that like a very little. And then because I really wanted to get into Tekken 7, but one thing that was really stopping me was one, the extremely long loading times. I'm sorry, the loading times were so long. I don't
You're
think
not wrong. I don't know why they were so long.
they were so long. It was crazy. I was like, man, I would love to get into this game, but I would have to sit here in this loading screen for half my day. That's crazy.
It
But
was
when
like
I
you were loading PlayStation 2 to play GTA San Andreas.
exactly, but then two, I felt like I was getting into the game too late, and honestly, I thought the game died. I really didn't know much about Tekken, so I didn't really know that the Tekken scene was actually way bigger than I thought. And I was like, okay, wait, these people are still playing Tekken? That's crazy. And so when I saw that Tekken 8 was announced, I was like, oh my god, this is so hype! I can finally get into Tekken with everyone else and enjoy join the team. Let's go. So I was really hyped that Tekken 8 was coming out because I don't play fighting games that often. I don't like I don't like well no, I'm not gonna say I don't like Mortal Kombat or Injustice, but 2D fighters just really aren't aren't my thing too much. But they're still
Don't
fun.
you play Brawlhalla?
That's a
You lie.
platformer. That's a platformer. That's not a
Oh,
2D.
oh, oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies. It's
That's a
still
that's a platform fighter.
okay. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. Put, put it down. You put it down. I understand.
Nah, you're about to come for my life. Like, excuse
I really was.
me? But yeah, no, I didn't really get into too many 2D fighters. I did get into Street Fighter 6. That game's really fun. I will
What
admit
about
that.
Injustice? Are you also playing Injustice?
No.
What?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
really thought you played Injustice.
But yes, I did play Tekken 7 a bit, but I mainly wanted to get into Tekken 8, and Tekken 8 is my favorite. I do want to play Tekken Tag Tournament 2. It's an older Tekken from like PS3.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I will order it. We'll order it, play it because it looks like so much fun.
It might cost you like $700.
It's like $30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Could be worse. I did find a copy of Tag Tournament 1 for the PS2, but I ain't got one of those. So,
A PS2.
hmm
Oh, you just come over to my place. It might be in a different state, but it doesn't really matter. You can just bring the second game over. I got
yeah,
you.
yeah. I'll start walking right now. I
Yeah, I believe in you.
got it. So, what are your thoughts on Alyssa?
She's cool. She's got pink hair.
Uh huh.
She's got a nice hat.
Uh huh.
I think honestly, I'd say my favorite like character that I've actually like played would either be the panda or Leo.
Oh, really?
Actually, Nina.
hmm
I feel like they changed her a lot from Tekken 7.
Why you say that?
Hold on, let me see what Nina looked like. Yeah, cut her. But yeah, anyways, Nina cut her hair. That's why I couldn't recognize her. I like noticed her name, but I was like, that is not the Nina I know.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Anna Williams, and a lot of people were not happy with her design. I was though. I liked it.
You like everything everyone hates. Like you be the type of person to say that the season 2 update was fine.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. You're gonna put me on the list if you say that. No.
All right,
Season 2
here we
was
go.
not fine.
Reporting news. Reporting news. Original Shy Guy. Remember this guy's username, Original Shy Guy. He thinks actually the season 2 update was like probably the best thing that happened.
No. Absolutely not. So with the season 2 update, a lot of content creators actually like were thinking about like quitting or taking a break from Tekken until they fixed a lot of the issues, which I don't blame them. I honestly really don't. But I also didn't want to fall under that category of quitting because I really like Tekken, and it's my very first Tekken to ever get into and actually enjoy it with the community. But with the way that it was going, I was really losing hope for Tekken. Luckily, I kept it, and I still kept playing it.
I would have just waited until they fixed everything. I just don't see like the point of torturing myself.
No, I get that, but also I just didn't want to. I also didn't want to like fall behind. I didn't want to like forget what I learned because at the beginning of Tekken 8, I was bad. I was literal dog water. I was so bad. I didn't understand the concept of sidestepping. I didn't understand of the concept of ducking highs and punishing. I was really, really bad. So I didn't want to lose any of that muscle memory. So I kept playing. Even though it had issues, it was still fun. It just like it got to a point where you just can't play it as long as you possibly did before in season one because of the issues that it was having. Like it just really felt like a very unfair game, especially with the people that was fighting because it got to a point where those were the only people I was fighting. I was only fighting Steve. I was only fighting Anna. I was only fighting Jin. Oh my gosh, Jin was an issue. Jin was such a big problem. It's so annoying. He's still annoying. He ain't changed. But honestly, that's
What would you recommend for an update if you had to say like to try to make him less of an issue
um
or more
hmm.
of an equal playing field?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. He's
Mhm.
annoying because it's a skill issue. 100%. It's just a
Oh
skill
wow,
issue.
you know what? I
Like
appreciate the honesty. Like I appreciate 100% the honesty.
because I'll repeatedly get hit with a mid low low, and I just don't react to it in time. And honestly, that's my fault. That's my fault of just not reacting. Don't get me wrong, he's still annoying, and I'll stand on that hill. I don't care. He's still very annoying, but all the characters in the game are honestly really cool. If you like, I like to play in a stylish Tekken way. Like I like going for super complicated combos. I like going for really complicated setups because that's really cool. It's fun. That's the whole point of a 3D fighter. You're moving around 360 degrees, so that makes it a lot more interesting than a 2D fighter, where you're just like, oh, okay, I'm like, you're just moving backwards and forwards. That is not very exciting. But when you're able to like move to the left and walk around your opponent to their backs and launch them, that's exciting. Like those little moments are what make Tekken Tekken. But
Hmm.
when the update came out, it really turned into a 2D fighter. Like you were only moving forwards and backwards. You couldn't sidestep or anything.
Either way, I'm a DOA player.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
DOA
I'm
is
sorry, I'm sorry.
really my expertise. So this podcast has just been Shy Guy talking. Do you have any more questions for me, Shy Guy?
What did you think about the story expansion?
I gotta say, story on fighting games, I is probably the funniest thing to me ever. because
Honestly, yeah, Tekken is literally just a comedy.
because no, because it's just like it's funny to get like a little bit of like character lore, but it's not like there's really like much lore you can get between like their action scenes because it's not like it's like a fully fledged like story mode. It's like here's like 20, 30 seconds of like a little backstory about them, but like not really much to go off of. And I remember like playing the stories on like some of the fighting games and I just start laughing because I'm like, this is just like I'm literally just playing the CPU. That's like all that's happening right now. I'm just playing the CPU and something cool happens before I fight them. Like that's it. So Me personally, I really, really wish there was an option that you could buy a game, and if you don't want the story, you actually pay less money.
I understand
Like,
that.
keep it locked. Like, give me the game. Like, let me buy game without story. Like, imagine the money I would have saved on all the Call of Duty.
Honestly, like I 100% get that, but from a company perspective, they're definitely gonna look at you funny and be like, "Nah, give me $80 for the whole game. I don't care if you're only gonna play half of the things in the game. I want your $80."
Yeah, I want your $80, but I'm also gonna put DLCs in there, so you have to also buy them if you want to be cool.
Oh man, geez, don't even get me started on that. That's why I stopped playing Destiny. I couldn't keep up. I was broke.
No, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Okay, I'm fine with a game having DLCs, but I think up to a certain point, there's a limit of DLCs. Like, I think like fighting games, and correct me if I'm wrong if Tekken doesn't follow this rule anymore, but like in fighting games, like I like the idea, like, okay, you want to play, you have these base characters, and here are a few more characters that come out. If you want to play them, they're DLCs, you can buy them.
Hmm.
I like that concept, but I think there should be a limit of how many more we
How,
add.
how many characters they had?
Yes,
I get
because
that.
like it just gets excessive. Where it's like, all right, how much money are you trying to milk out of this game before you make a new one?
No, I get that. I feel like yeah, cause like with Tekken 8, or well, not just Tekken 8, with any Tekken, like all the characters have like 100 plus moves. So it's like 100 plus moves plus 30 characters. That's what, 3,000 moves? Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. You got math. I'm proud of you. Hell yeah.
So it's like adding so many characters to a game that has 100 plus moves, and you have to learn all the matchups to get to whatever rank you want to get to. It does become a little much. But at the same time, the more you play it, the more you just learn. That's really it. It just you gain all of it from experience.
All right, a little wholesome man. All right. Anything you want to talk about, or are we gonna call it here?
So they announced a new character, like the next DLC character for Tekken 8, and apparently not a lot of people are happy. Nobody's
What?
actually happy.
Why? What's this new character?
New character is Fahkumram. I think that, I think that's how you say his name. Apparently he's a
Thought you
crazy. Hmm?
thought you were trying to curse right now.
No, 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 no. That's literally his
What?
name. Uh,
Anyway, yeah.
uh
What's this
he,
guy?
huh?
What's this guy? Tell me about this guy.
So he's a he came from Tekken 7, but he was from a DLC from Tekken 7. Man, I forgot his fighting style, but he's like a mixer. He's like a mix of a boxer and a, I don't want to say taekwondo. That's not it. It's like Thai.
Jiu-jitsu?
Hmm?
Jiu-jitsu?
No, no. He's like a Thai fighter. I can't
Muay
think.
Thai?
Muay Thai. Yes, yes.
You mean the one sport I do? The
You don't
one martial arts I literally physically do?
you don't talk about it very often, so I forget.
I thought we were friends.
Hold on. Let me just double check.
Oh
Let
my
me
god,
double
yeah,
check.
that's Muay Thai, 100%. The
Oh,
armbands, the whole fit, yeah,
you looked him up?
yeah,
Okay.
it's a whole Muay Thai fit,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so he's a Muay Thai fighter. It's like a mix of like Brian and Steve. I mean, in my opinion, but a lot of people
Do
are
you,
also, he's like, what?
I was gonna ask you, are you familiar with Muay Thai?
No, not at all.
Okay. Do you know the relevancy of that? I
What do you
wonder
mean?
how they're gonna do this. Okay. So like Muay Thai, do you know the difference between like Muay Thai, kickboxing, and boxing?
No. I know kickboxing is like MMA fighting. Uh,
No.
no, it's
Please
not.
stop.
Oh,
No.
I didn't know.
Okay, okay. So MMA fighting basically means mixed martial arts. Like that
Oh,
basically means like
duh.
the
Yeah.
combination of, yeah, it's a combination of different fighting styles. I can understand from an outside perspective, it looks like they're just kicking and punching each other. but really it's just a combination of any martial arts, including like you'll have people coming from like wrestling backgrounds to like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to Muay Thai to like boxing to like kickboxing, and all the other forms like Taekwondo and like karate. You don't really see a lot of those like specific moves in those things, but the reason why I think this is kind of cool about the Muay Thai character coming in is like Muay Thai versus like boxing and kickboxing is the points of contact of how the sport is played. So boxing obviously is like really just punching, right?
Hmm.
Um and like there's no like really grappling. It's kind of like, a hook, jab and like things like that. There's nothing really else like really into it. But anyways, kickboxing includes kicking, but again, like there's no such thing as like grappling. Muay Thai is 8 points of contact where you're including your elbows into the fighting. You're also including your knees, but there's also grappling. I wonder really like I didn't see this character because he was a DLC character in Tekken 7, but this would actually get me to play the game.
Like
Like this character would probably be the character I play if I like pick up the game.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
I picked him up. Like I so I saw he was announced, and I was like, man, I was kind of not hoping for him. I mean, I've never seen the way that he played. I never seen anything about him. I was really hoping that it would be like Armored King because he looked really really cool. I wanted to learn Armored King,
Mhm.
but seeing that he was announced, I was like, okay. I see a lot of people are upset about it, so let me go to Tekken 8, not Tekken 8, Tekken 7, and see like what this guy's problem is. And so doing that, he's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna cap. He's honestly really cool to play with. So I'm kind of hyped for him to join the roster, but also at the same time, I'm like, I just really, really hope they don't mess this up. I really hope they don't make him abysmally strong. Like, I just really hope they don't.
Why do you think people aren't gonna like him? Like, is that
Uh,
why he'd be like overly strong?
I believe he was really strong in Tekken 7. He was a very strong counter mix-up gameplay. That from the little that I played with him in Tekken 7, like a couple of days ago,
Mhm.
he has some really really cool mix-ups. So it's like once he hits you with like a hook punch, he can either go into a low kick or a high counter hit kick, and it's like you have to guess. So I hope that when he punches you, you have time to either duck, sidestep, crouch, something. I really hope it's not just you take this hit and guess, because that's mainly what Tekken 8 is right now. It's just 50-50 central. Everything is 50-50. You get hit, guess what's coming next. Like there was no counterplay. The only thing you could do was guess, and that's honestly really really annoying and lame in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Wow. I think like honestly, like, sadly, I mean, I know a lot of people are not looking forward to it, but this would actually get me on the game. Uh, but I really no, it's just like it's personally like I really do love Muay Thai and like playing the sport of Muay Thai and like I've never like fully like I've sparred with people and stuff like that and we've done like joking matches in the gym, but it's just like it's such a cool sport. So I like it's just like cool to see a character. Having a character to kind of like connect with is kind of cool. So I think if like I were to like really pick up Tekken 8, like I'd probably pick that character to start out with. And then eventually of course switch to Nina. Her playstyle is like, I'm very comfortable with and very familiar with. I probably joking would play with a panda, but I don't like heavy hitters like that.
I get that. Panda, yeah, Panda is a heavy hitter. Because
Yeah, I mean,
Panda and
he's
Kuma play
obviously.
the exact same, but
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I remember in Tekken 7 they were kind of similar, so I was like, they're just like not my like character play styles. Um, I like a little bit more fluidity, but I don't know how to say the guy's name again. The DLC character that's possibly coming out.
uh, Fahkumram.
Yeah, like he would be going against what I'm usually used to. I like faster moving characters, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say. You got anything else, Chugga?
Nope, that's all I got. That's all I got for
Like,
today.
all right, Chugga. What's the famous words?
Goodbye.
Why'd you say it like that?
Wait, what did I say it like?
You're like, why did you ask me to say it, Caesar?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Goodbye. See you later.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Bye, mom. Okay,
Bye.
goodbye.